Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of the tournament. I was hoping to have Getrock with me very shortly. He's just on his way, I think. Yeah, so we had a fun day 1 of tournament games. Slightly delayed, again, I apologize. We will had all of Group B, or Group A, and a special bonus game from Group B. So this means we'll probably get through all of the tournament in 3 streams instead of 4. And oh god, my video has just disappeared. Um, uh, that's because I tried to call Getrock and he's not answering. One sec. I will get you my display in 1 second. There we go. I will get back up again in 1 second. Apologies, guys. I didn't realize Discord automatically disconnected you after a while. So,
Hey, can you hear me?
hey, Ketrock, how's it going? Sorry, I'm trying to get this sorted. 1 sec. It's not working. There we go. Ah, that's perfect. Awesome. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Yes. Apologies for a slight delay. Just some small technical issues. I think we've got it sorted now, though. Yeah, welcome to another tournament. You must be happy your bot got through with a pretty good record.
Yeah. Little. Are we live, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
apologies. Sorry,
I didn't know if
we're
there's a
supposed to
question mark or
start.
not.
Sorry, wanted to start at 9.
Yeah.
So
A little disappointed that my bot went to its backup plan versus Roro. It would have been nice to see it try to fight the worker rush straight up because
yeah,
I think that's the best pro brush bot that's ever existed, and I think I have the best Terran worker rush defense that exists. So
yeah.
it's always a good battle between the two.
Well, you do have like a pretty perfect Terran defense on that because there's no way it's getting through there in time.
Yeah, well, that's the backup plan. My bot is actually able to like fight straight up and then mix in repair and mix in mining and adding more SCVs. And it's like it tries to
Yeah.
balance economy with fighting, which has worked versus every other pro brush bot except for Roro. So it would
Okay.
have been nice to see that fight.
Maybe
Unfortunately,
you'll get to see it again if it makes it all the
yeah,
way
it's
to the
true.
final. But
Well, no, Roro exited, right? Was it Spud who got through
no,
or
no,
or
Zoro got through.
Roro got through? Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
we may run
So
into each other again.
in the final, I think. Let's have a quick look if we can at the tables. Where are they? Yeah, this is the current state of play. Kedra 4-1 record got through. Zozo through with 1-1. We left it last week in Group B with the first match played between Xena and Micro Machine. That was a really fun game. Xena had lots of chances to win that as well, but eventually going down to our eternal champion here in Micro Machine. We've yet to
Yeah,
see,
Xena's the new bot by Soupcatcher, right?
yeah,
The
Soup
author
Catcher
of
and Breadloader, I believe. So
yeah.
yeah,
So I expect good things out of them because
yeah,
Zoe did very well for Soupcatcher, so it's probably
it's
only a matter of time before Xena catches up and surpasses that level.
yeah, it's a new bot, but definitely not a new author. So yeah, it's going to be fun to watch how that develops. Maybe slightly early in the development cycle for the for this tournament, but it'll definitely be better. But we'll see anyway. Um, all right, shall we have a look at some games?
Yeah, absolutely. What are we
Okay.
starting out with?
Should we go Micro Machine against Dominion Dog, our
Okay.
perennial challenger in Dominion Dog? Always makes an impact in some respects. Um,
Yeah, powerful bots always like slowly getting better
yeah,
and has off and on had Micro Machine's number.
yeah,
One of the bots has been able to snipe Micro Machine in the past and nowadays might even be able to fight him straight up. We'll have to see.
yeah. All right, I'm good to go when you are.
Yeah, just loading the replay as we speak.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good to go.
Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so up in top left, it is the Blue Terran Dominion Dog. And bottom right, it is Micro Machine. Can he win another championship? That's what I want to know. It's like a long way to go yet, but you know, he's got
It
like
does seem
6 in a
it does
row.
seem like that's what he always does though.
Yeah,
How many has he won now? 4 in a row? 5 in a row?
6, I think. It's bad. It's like someone's got to beat him somewhere along the line. You know, sorry, Rav, I'm unusual. Like it's brilliant bot, but eventually all bots get defeated, right?
Yeah. But I mean, last season, Raph had kind of stopped updating Micro Machine and he got well surpassed by many bots on the ladder. Eris being like the main one. And
Yeah,
yet still he went on to win the tournament, so you can't ever count Micro Machine out, even if he's not being updated so much anymore.
yeah. Eris is still a big challenger. We'll maybe see some of Eris. Will we see it tonight? No, see it tomorrow probably. On Eris.
Yeah.
You shall not pass. Very much Gandalf of him.
Oh, this is Micro Machine's new worker defense, actually.
Ah,
When he
yeah,
sees the worker arrive, he quickly jumps off the barracks and throws down the depot to wall off.
yeah.
Now, he probably shouldn't be doing it against a single worker, because that's a little weird. But
I mean, it does stop them getting the scout, doesn't it?
that's
But
true.
it's a nice little path here for the Dominion Dog's worker, but I don't think it's really going to get in. Oh, poor guy.
We'll see. Not everyone raises their depot versus a single worker. I know my bot doesn't.
No,
Because then if a worker sits at the bottom of your ramp, you're permanently locked into your own base. I've had that issue before.
yeah. We do have the Reaper come out, and this poor worker just hasn't had a very good time of it, has he?
No.
So there is a Reaper defense there. The Dominion Dog, so shouldn't get too much done with his lone Reaper, but it is a Micro Machine Reaper.
Yeah, it's got a Reaper and a Marine. Should
Yeah,
be no problem at all. Of course, this is just kind of poking aggression out of Micro Machine as he's expanding and Dominion Dog is not, so
yeah.
no damage really has to be done.
Does get the Reaper, but again, like you say, not huge deal there. Another CC and a Micro Machine. I think Dominion Dog is powering up pretty fast. It's probably going to go for some early aggression.
Nice to see Dominion Dog able to dodge the Reaper grenades.
Yep.
It's not always the case. Even be able to dodge his own Reaper grenades. That's something people often don't code for, is the self-damage.
Yeah. I think that's been a big problem in the last tournament, wasn't it? Where we had, who was it who basically blew up their entire army by a misplaced grenade?
I
I
don't know.
can't remember. One of them.
But even like the best bots that exist, I've seen Eris drop miles on his own Ravagers. I've seen Negative
Yeah.
Zero drop Disruptor balls on his own army.
It's easy to do. I never had that problem.
I've even seen Antibot nuke himself, and
Oh.
I use Interference Matrix to prevent him from nuking himself. So
Oh, wow. No,
everyone playing for the wrong side.
yeah, no, there was in one of the very early tournaments we done. I think it's like on the very first season of the ladder. We had a bot that basically just got to nukes and started nuking everything, but the code was wrong, so he nuked his entire army all the time, and it was just hilarious. I'll see if I can dig out the YouTube for that. I'm sure we got it on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, I think you had to be very, very early in development to see that though.
Yeah, I mean, you mess up like an equals to the not equals or a greater than with a less than, and then all of a sudden not only is your micro not working correctly, but it's doing the exact opposite of what you want it to do.
Yeah.
Like, only nuke my own army. Like, it can just be like one character flaw in your code.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the joke. What was it don't kill the robot that has don't kill humans and accidentally gone, oh, kill all humans. So Micro
A
Machine
lot of work
doesn't,
getting done by these
yeah,
banshees here.
no scans yet from Micro Machine. Does he have any available? Like, oh yeah, does
There's
have one
one,
now.
but the Marines are too
Yeah,
scared to engage, so
nothing around to kill it.
no no synchronization between
No.
the scan and the attack. Siege Tank did survive somehow, even though it went down to like 1 hit point on the initial fight.
Yeah, I think we got some repairs from the SCVs. I'm not sure why Dominion Dog isn't killing those SCVs though.
Well, there's a turret behind each mineral line, so it
Yeah,
might be a little bit frayed to get into detection range.
yeah, possibly. Honestly, they are going down now. And Micro Machine's got a pretty big lead here. It's difficult to see what Dominion Dog's plan exactly is. But
Yeah, I mean, expansion going down for Dominion Dog now. He has killed quite a few units, and these Banshees seem to be getting a lot of free kills as there's no Raven on the field, so
yeah,
scans can only do so much. So perhaps when this Banshee stuff gets under control, Dominion Dog will have caught up economically. We'll have to see.
yeah, it's making some progress, but yeah, still quite a long way behind.
Okay, so units lost is surprisingly even. I thought these Banshees are getting really good value, but I guess not.
No. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much Dominion Dog's taking a lot more losses now.
I still think without a Raven, though, it's going to be difficult for Micro Machine to
Yeah.
expose.
Oh yeah, Micro Machine has a Raven now, but going in the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Yeah, because there is a large army lead here for Micro Machine, and now that he has a Raven, he might be able to push up and take advantage of that army lead.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like there's some forces coming across. They're fairly spread out, but I mean, the lock-ons uh, from the Cyclone just seem to be targeting Marines at the moment. That's possibly something they should do a little bit better on.
Yeah. They're kind of like Tempests, right? They're not going to do a ton of damage,
Yeah.
but, you know, you're locking on every 10 seconds, and if you can pick off a Marine each time, that's really good value.
Yeah.
Although, it can be hard.
They're one of the units that work so much better in AI games than they do in human games.
Yeah, like, for a moment in time, they're like the most broken thing in AI games. Now they're possibly like the worst unit in AI games. Because they're so good with bot micro. The problem is, if the other bot micros against them well, that they're so useless.
Yeah.
You face a bot that immediately pulls back the unit as soon as it gets locked onto, or even worse, blinks back the unit that gets locked onto.
Yeah.
But bots versus humans, I find them really strong.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because they don't have the bot micro to defend against them. With that said, I think that's more or less the end of the army for Dominion Dog.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's got much left at the moment. Micro Machine is right on top of it.
I still would love to see Dominion Dog prioritize upgrading his command centers.
Yeah.
Sometimes they stay as just a regular command center for a really long time. You probably missed out on 3 or 4 mules with the income there.
Yeah.
As natural.
Yeah, it's behind on economy anyway, it's not good. So yeah, I think we're about ready to call this, unless you have an objection.
Yeah. The army value is 4,000 against 500, so
yeah,
about an 8 times army size lead.
Yeah, not good. GG, Micro Machine takes a victory. Yeah.
Well done.
And tries to scum his buildings into the corner of the map. Oh, Dominion Dog. Ah, right. GG. Micro Machine takes a 1-0 lead. Yeah, I just think Dominion Dog didn't really expand fast enough, and just the Banshee kind of harass was good, but didn't really get enough done compared to how early
Yeah.
he tried to get it out, I guess.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point. It's like if the Banshees really got on top of Micro Machine and got a lot of damage, maybe killed off a bunch of workers, got rid of that siege tank and cyclone,
Yeah,
then perhaps he could have transitioned back into a lead. But yeah, and surprisingly, they did not do that well, even though there was a very severe lack of detection out of Micro Machine.
yeah. Right, good to go when you are.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Right, three, two, one, go. All right. So
Yeah.
Micro Machine's early expand strategy.
hmm And he'll be spawning in the bottom right as the red Terran. The blue Terran is Dominion Dog.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Tier says Cyclones are so good versus slow units. Yeah, so in that last game, that was like the ideal situation for Cyclones, facing Marines that don't have stim.
Yeah,
Something that has very few hit points and is very slow moving. That's something you can grab kills against.
yeah, definitely. So let's see if Dominion Dog wants to uh, change it up a bit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he does have multiple builds. I'm not sure how many of them he thinks work versus Micro Machine. It may just be the one. But we've
Yeah,
definitely seen him be Micro Machine with like Reapers in the past. I think that's what caused Raft to create that siege tank and that good tank positioning.
yeah. When you get Micro Machine to change their strategy, you know you've got a victory.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you can do against the top bots these days.
Yeah,
It's like I made Eris change the way it scouts or reacts to what it scouts. That's like the best I can do.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. You do quite well. Oh, the worker gets straight in that time with the down supply depot. So it's going to get a scout, but
Yeah, I did create a BC rush versus for Eris for last
yeah,
Probots. Now we never faced each other, but it beat Eris on the ladder. So for like 2 days, it was a viable strategy.
yeah.
But
And then you
yeah,
got
Eris plugged that hole very quickly.
yeah. Oh, that poor worker corner.
Yeah. Nice little worker kill. And once again, the fast command center going down for Micro Machine, and Reaper will be crossing the map.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, similar build out of Dominion Dog.
yeah,
Reaper into Marine with Factory behind it.
yeah. I think we're going to see the same kind of strategy out of both of them. CC first again, or not first for Micro Machine. And I think probably this Reaper is not going to get a lot done.
Yeah, I think there's, one time when expectations were lower for bots, we thought of Micro Machine's Reaper control as being perfect. But now that we have a higher demand on bots, I can see like a lot of flaws in it.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, Micro Machine used to win games solo with one Reaper
Yeah.
against a lot of bots, and that was a big headache for us all.
I think it would be useful for Reaper Micro to consider their own regen. Like, when's the last time I've taken damage?
Yeah,
And if so, I should prioritize like running away to like get the regen going again.
yeah. I think see Micro Machine gonna freeze this one as well, maybe. Oh, no.
No, as exit.
Ah, on just on 5 hit points left. But yeah, the regen on the Reaper is the most annoying thing for Terran.
Yeah, very much like Protoss shields, you have to stay out of combat for a certain period of time
Yeah,
before it starts. So it's not like an in combat weapon, but it's something that should probably be considered when you're doing the pathfinding.
it
It's like if you're low in health, you really prioritize staying alive,
yeah.
not not staying at the edge of damage range.
It's something that makes the Reaper a great harass unit, but less effective in stand-up fights.
hmm
So again, we see Micro Machine way ahead in the expansion. Not even a not even a CC on the way for Dominion Dog yet, but he's got two Banshees coming across. See if he can
Yeah,
get
Dominion
much more.
Dog preferred to take the two early gas geysers, which obviously delays his expansion, but allows for two port Banshee. So
Mm,
that's kind of the gambit he's taken here. It's like, how much damage can I get done, and is it worth my much later expansion?
yeah.
Let's see if he gets the siege tank this time,
Uh,
because he does come in on that angle. However, the Reaper's already down.
yeah. Oh, God. Is he just gonna fly the Banshees home? Well, it picks off a few Marines, but it's not really what you want to get done with this rush.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. Like, he's getting some SCVs now, possibly Mule.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can dodge the scan.
Yeah, pretty effectively, actually.
Yeah, that's helpful. I think he dodged the first scan last time as well, and we know
Yeah.
how last game turned out, so... Yeah, it just looks like it's doing so well. I mean, what has he killed? Like 8, 9 Marines now, maybe 2 or 3 SCVs.
Yeah, and he's got a third Banshee in the base. We've run out of energy on the Banshees though, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to realise when he's running out of energy on those. And... Oh, can he get the Cyclone? Close. And there goes this last Banshee. So that was pretty good, but took out 17 Marines and 6 SCVs.
Yeah, but once again, a very even looking units lost ab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it's just the, maybe you shouldn't be suiciding the Banshees when they run out of energy. I know
Yeah.
this is kind of an all-in, so you want to get as much damage as possible, but perhaps bringing them back home, repairing them, getting some energy back would be the
Yeah.
better option.
The problem is they're not going to do a lot against that army when they're uncloaked.
Banshees can kite Marines pretty well uncloaked. They do outrange them. They kind of have like a moving shot almost, where they can glide while they're shooting, almost.
Yeah.
So you can keep the momentum up.
So.
Like a machine taking advantage of those two gas guys next to each other with the bunker mining.
Yeah, it's so noisy though. Like...
Yeah, it is very noisy.
Right, so there's a Viking with the Raven with the army as well now. So
Yeah. The Raven usually spells the end of the Banshee
yeah,
shenanigans. However, I know there's like a transition in composition out of Dominion Dog, but I didn't see kick in last game or this game. I would like to see a Raven be one of the transition things.
I think he
Like
did
once the
have a
Raven's out,
Raven.
stop going double Banshees, you know?
Yeah, he does have a Raven there. So
Yeah. But I don't think that is a
no.
indicator for Dominion Dog to stop. Maybe it's just the time in the game. Maybe when he takes his third base, he stops doing the Banshees.
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
But yeah, this
Yeah.
looks very much almost a complete duplicate of the previous game.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
looks like
there's...
the Banshees are doing well, but they kind of aren't. And then once the Raven's out, it's just a free push here for Micro Machine.
Yeah.
Third base going down for Micro Machine, natural base going down for Dominion Dog.
I think this is even worse than the previous game, in fact.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. It's sad, really. But Dominion Dog obviously not out just yet. There's another game up against Xena. See if we can pick up something. But I'm gonna fast forward this unless you have any objections.
No, none here.
GG, guys.
I always wonder how Micro Machine decides whether missile turrets have a range upgrade or not.
Yeah.
Because the missile turrets are projectile attack, so sometimes it can hit you when you're like 4 range away. Like
Yeah.
4 range outside of it's like depending on how the movement works. So it's hard to guess when it has the range upgrade.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just automatically assuming it does, because I remember previously when they said that, it was just a case of like, we automatically assume you've got a range upgrade on there, which is one of the least popular upgrades, I think, for Terran, isn't it? Uh,
For human Terrans, yes.
yeah,
For bot Terrans. For some reason we all get the structure upgrades.
Yeah.
I do it because I love Mass Raven, so it affects auto turrets and stuff and
Ah,
planetaries.
yeah. Oh,
But I guess bots just play mech more than bio. If you're
yeah,
playing bio, you kind of want to get the infantry upgrades off the inch base.
yeah, definitely. All right, GG. That puts Micro Machine through to the next round as group winner. There's
Yeah,
now
4-0.
one place left in the tournament to go, and it is Dominion Dog up against Xena. Um,
This will be interesting.
yeah, let's get game one loaded up. Yeah, so Xena again, one of the newer bots, not quite a new author, but a new bot.
Yeah, I always used to think of Dominion Dog as like the new one to the scene, but now he's the boomer, and
Yeah,
Xena is the new blood.
I think Xena only actually came onto the ladder like um, a couple of couple of months before it finished. So yeah. Anyway, give me a shout when you're ready to go.
I'm good when you are.
Going in three, two, one, go. Uh, right, down in the bottom right, the red Terran this time. It is Dominion Dog. And down in bottom left, our random bot spawning as Protoss this time.
Hmm.
It is Xena with Prepare to Die. Also GLHF.
So my strategy versus random human players is the same as my strategy versus random bot players. And
Yeah,
that is making the assumption that no one can learn the intricacies of 9 different matchups in the late game, at least not easily. So if you're
yeah,
facing a random player, there's a good chance he's going to cheese you.
yes.
Just play under that assumption.
Yeah, I have the same opinion if I'm ever playing on ladder as well. It's like if I see random, I know I'm going to get cheesed.
Yeah. Or at least a higher chance of getting cheesed.
Pretty much
Um,
100% on ladder to be honest.
well,
Although,
sometimes they say they're really good with Zerg, right? They might
yeah,
make
yeah,
Zerg like they'll play macro games and then Terran and Protoss, they'll just cheese you.
yeah,
But yeah, that
yeah,
does mean, under that assumption, if someone does make a bot that can play macro in all 9 matchups, that's
yeah,
gonna really take advantage of the random tag.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
With that said, Dominion Dog is now tagging the fact that he's playing Protoss and switching to the P000 build, apparently.
Aha,
That's what I'm gonna guess that means.
I guess I don't know. Tag p
Now
zero
switching it
zero
up to the
700.
P700.
Yeah,
Probably because he scouted the expansion base, perhaps.
it looks like yeah. That's not. It's a fairly early expand from Xena actually. So
Yeah,
two
it's a gateway
gets.
expand, so
Yeah,
expand before Cyber.
yeah,
It's a standard, but like an early version of standard.
yeah, yeah. I normally like to go cyber um, before expands, just because I know that Terran's going to come across and I need some stalkers. But
Yeah, Terran's kind of useless before they have Stim, and
yeah,
for that reason, you probably want to build your economy first. Like,
yeah,
yeah, if you go Cybercore first, you'll get more stalkers at the 3 minute mark. But if you go expansion first, you'll have more stalkers at like the 5 minute mark, right? Because the
yeah,
economy kicks in faster.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my assumption's wrong. Xena's playing a very macro-oriented game here. No cheese to be seen.
Yeah, and Suitcatcher's previous bot was always a Zerg bot as well, so this is not sort of like the best race I would out for Xena. Like I always assume that Zoe kind of Suitcatcher likes Zerg, and Zoe was a Zerg bot. Also, Evil Zoe was a Zerg bot as well. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Zoe spent the majority of his time as like number 2, number 3 on the
yeah,
ladder, so very solid macro bot. But as you said, Evil Zoe surpassed Zoe now, and it's all cheese. So both are
yeah,
viable out of that bot.
yeah. There you go, guys.
Speaking of cheese,
Cheese
we do
wins.
have Dominion Dog on one base and massing Marauders. It looks like
Yeah, very
Marauders
very strong.
Cyclone, perhaps. I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah, the very very strong early game against Protoss, especially if
Yeah,
Protoss is getting stalkers.
yeah, we do have concussion shelve on these Marauders, so with with stutter step, the stalkers cannot run away.
Yeah,
sometimes just picking off one or two stalkers with concussive shell is enough to win the game for you.
Yeah. Uh, they do have Blink on the way though, so with, or, oh no, sorry, Twilight Council on the way, so possibility of Blink coming.
I'm a little worried for Xena. There is no low ground pylon, let alone a low ground shield battery.
Yeah.
I think now that we have updated maps, like our maps are updated to the latest patch, that's one thing a lot of Protoss should be doing is making sure they have a battery at their front base because shield battery overcharge can be a lifesaver when
Oh
you're getting
God,
cheesed.
yes. Oh, absolutely. So
Back to
Dominion Dog.
this point in the game, like the 4 minute mark, it basically makes you invulnerable.
Yeah,
Has less impact later on, but
I think this push is going to be very dangerous. Like, what
yeah,
is
there's a high ground advantage. There's a good economy, but right now it's just four stalkers and a zealot, and he's
first?
taking a third nexus, which is scary.
Oh yeah,
First immortal is on the way, but not being chronoed.
that is pretty much suicide if he keeps this up. But
Yeah, Blinken
he's
+1 will not be here in time either.
no, no, and all the workers are going to come out. I think he's just
Yeah,
going to
but
get destroyed. Ah,
I do like that the workers are fighting with the stalkers. That's something we
yeah,
rarely see out of bots. We do. Workers pulling on their own is useless, but fighting with the
yeah.
gateway army can be very helpful. But
All the
yeah, it just wasn't
stalkers.
enough.
No, I think all those workers are down. All the stalkers are down. I don't think this base is long from the world. Apart from it's a distraction for the marauders.
Yeah. Well, the immortal is out. You can cancel the nexus. That's buying a little bit of time.
Yeah,
I don't think a one immortal will do enough. Immortals are really good, but
yeah, maybe not that good.
yeah, and these are all armored units, marauders
Yeah.
and cyclones.
Ooh, and oof,
Does use
almost
the
got
high
the
ground to stay alive.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no shield batteries at all. And just that. I think this is over. Dominion Dog
Mhm.
taking a 1-0. So yeah, let's fast forward this. I wonder
Yeah,
if
little sketchy micro on the stalkers there.
yeah,
When they're engaging with the probes, a lot of times they're just like wiggling in the back and not shooting when available.
yeah. It
I think
just
if they're doing their maximum DPS,
it just seems I was
maybe
saying
they kill enough to let the immortal keep him alive. I don't know. It would have
maybe
been a really tough hold.
yeah. I think there's a bit of micro to be put into Xena right there. But as we are saying, Xena is a random bot, so he might not have the Stalker Micro sort of like fully down just yet.
Hmm.
But
And
lots of
oddly enough, probes are actually really good against marauders and cyclones.
really.
Neither of those units are good at killing workers.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Like,
Well, marauders, half of their damage is versus armored, so
yeah,
that's useless. And cyclones, locking onto a worker is kind of terrible as
yeah,
well,
not
right?
really gonna do much. Right,
Something like a
so
marine is like much more efficient at killing off workers.
oh, definitely, yeah. Right, good to go when you are with the second map.
I'm ready.
Oh, going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, spawning in the bottom on the top right, we have the red Terran up 1-0. It is Dominion Dog. And our random bot spawning as Zerg in the bottom left. It is the blue Zerg Xena.
Yeah, and if this plays anything like Zoe, I think it's got a good chance of leveling this up. Or even anything like Evil Zoe. We don't know which one is coming.
Yeah, he certainly knows what to do when it comes to building a Zerg bot. Of course, just because you've made a good Zerg bot in another language doesn't mean all those features get transferred over instantly.
No.
So
Oh,
I didn't check out the ladder, but I'm not sure which version of Xena is doing best on the ladder. There's a Terran, Protoss, and
I think
Zerg on the ladder.
the Terran was highest actually.
Ah,
Um,
interesting.
so yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Did we have the Zerg bot on the ladder though? I I'm not
Hmm.
entirely certain.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure the Terran bot was actually highest.
That's a triple hatch before pool.
Wow.
So
It's definitely
going for the
Zoe.
greed.
Yeah.
Now, Dominion Dog loves the one base, but he doesn't do like a fast one base attack. So maybe this three base economy will kick in and overwhelm before the big attack comes out of Dominion Dog.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Dominion Dog certainly has some scary versus Zerg builds.
Yes, so spawning pool just this minute started at the 1 minute 30 mark, which is not exactly an early spawning pool.
That's fine. He'll get away with it. Tech
Yeah,
lab going on the barracks. There's no push coming anytime soon.
no,
So this is actually probably the best build Xena could use.
yeah.
He's just got to make sure at some point he stops droning and starts building units. I don't want to be seeing a fourth and fifth hatch, or there could be another quick game.
Yeah, like Hatch Rush. Never heard of that. But
Yeah.
normally,
Dominion Dog being
oh,
a
go
little
ahead.
slow on getting an orbital once again. There we go,
Yeah,
finally going down. He's pulled off gas, actually. He pulled everything off gas with 300 gas in the bank.
nice.
So he must have a very specific gas-related plan.
Yeah.
Nope, he's back in gas again. Never mind.
Oh, there we go. You might have just needed the minerals. So
Yeah, that's interesting. I've seen bots like slowly transition like units to and from gas, but I've never seen them go like from 3 in gas immediately to 0 in gas, immediately back to
yeah.
3 in gas.
And it's an interesting thing. I guess if you need sort of like extra minerals at a certain point, you can just pull them straight off and put them back on again. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
something very common that bots do, but very unlikely to ever see a human do.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, like I know myself and Micro Machine and probably a lot of others. So like sometimes we have 1 in gas, sometimes we have 2, sometimes we have 3, and
yeah,
it changes all game long just based on our gas needs.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
quick armory coming down from Dominion Dog. And a reactor on the factory, so I'm going to guess Hellbats is probably in order.
Yep. That's evolution chip.
But we do have the answer to Hellbats coming out of Xena as a Roach Warren is being
Yep.
placed.
So should be good. But again, Dominion Dog, I think, could really be improved by just increasing the economy a bit, and like you say, getting the orbital up sooner and expansion down a bit faster, I think. But
Yeah, I mean, both playstyles are valid. You can play
yeah,
greedy and try to stay alive, or you can play aggressive and try to get enough damage done on the other side of the map to make it worthwhile.
yeah.
Um,
So Hellbat's coming out.
Hellbat, Marauder, and then Banshee? Raven? I'm not
I
sure. We were seeing a Tech Lab star part. It's an interesting mix of units here.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
think we saw Dominion Dog beat, I think it was even Eris, where he just sat on one base forever, building up Hellbats and Marauders, and then moved across the map and killed everything just off of one base.
Oh,
Maybe it was
nice.
Zoe. It was definitely one of the top Zerg bots.
Yeah,
But sometimes delayed pushes can give your opponent a false sense of security.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen anything coming out of the starport though. I don't know what's supposed to come out of there. Oh wait, we've got a
Raven.
Raven coming out.
It's a little bit of detection. That'll be nice, especially against Burrowed Roach
Burrowed
shenanigans, which are
roaches. Yeah,
so powerful in the bot world.
yeah. They're not. I think the bots have started dealing with them a bit better now, but when they first started, I remember it was who was it who first brought that out? I think it was Rasper, wasn't it? With his bot
Spiny to beat
Spiny,
Micro
yes,
Machine.
played
Yeah.
to beat Micro Machine in Probots. We'd never seen that before. It's like wow, that's
Yeah, we don't die to like the one base Burrow Roach all in, but still Burrow Roaches in general are so powerful because it allows you to keep them alive.
yeah,
Not only can you burrow them and retreat them with tunneling claws, but they also regenerate super fast on hit points when they're burrowed,
yeah,
like faster than the medevac can even heal.
yeah.
So
So
when you combine that with bot micro,
ooh, this is going to be
okay,
a
here we
nice
go. A
little
lot of Marauders and
engagement.
Hellbats.
Wow,
Yeah,
don't
this is
look
gonna
like
be
the
a good
roaches are
fight for
firing though.
Dominion Dog.
Yeah, the roaches just aren't getting any damage down. Well, they are now a little bit, maybe. Taking out a few of them. Oh, just as I say that, it looks like the roaches are going to push back this fight. I don't know actually. So reinforcements coming in from Dominion Dog, and we should be able to take out a few of these.
Just a perfect build out of Dominion Dog.
Yeah.
Like if you're facing Bro Roach, I can't even think of anything better than this.
Yeah,
Marauder Hellbats, Cyclones are decent. Get one Raven for
get the Raven,
detection,
yeah.
then add in Medivacs.
Yeah. I say there's more roaches
However,
coming up, yeah.
yeah, massive economy lead. Remember, right off the get go from
Yeah,
Xena. So
I think that's what's winning it.
composition aside,
Yeah. Does look like the roaches are pushing through just because of the worker leaders. There's 20 workers extra and obviously 3 base to barely 2 base. And I think Xena's going to probably level this up.
wow,
Oh wow, that was a nice push out of Xena.
it's like the perfect economy versus the perfect composition. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure how that was gonna go.
No, it looked pretty good for Dominion Dog for a while, and then just the reinforcements really just came up for Xena. And although can Dominion Dog hold his main against this? Well, probably not if he doesn't
No.
raise the supply depots. I think this is over, guys. I'm gonna fast forward it unless you have any objection. GG.
I think 100 minerals and 100 gas changed the entirety of this game, and that is the lack of stim.
Yeah.
That was a lot of Marauders versus Roaches, and that is a death sentence with stim.
Yeah. That would
But
have been.
without stim, Marauders are still okay, but not overwhelmingly good versus Roach.
Yeah. So
Look at the map.
GG.
Just all purple.
Oh yeah, that's what you get with like the Zerg bots. Um, but yeah. All right, let's have a look at game 3.
Yeah, we got an ace match.
Oh
Handyman would
yeah.
be proud.
Oh yeah, we had him on Wednesday, I think. So yeah, we're trying to squeeze all of this into 3 casts instead of 4 this year because of my unfortunately timed trip to the hospital. But
How are you doing now?
not too bad. Still a
Yeah.
little bit sore, but you know, I'm fine. Probably going back to work on Monday. So anyway, good to go when you are.
Yeah, I'm loaded in. I'm ready.
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Up in top left, it is Dominion Dog, Red Terran. And spawning a Zerg again. Oh, Xena will be happy. It is Xena.
Uh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What's going on? Have you got the right map loaded?
I got a desync.
Oh, do you have all the maps?
And what am I looking at? Stream? Are we on stream delay?
No.
Okay,
Should
for
be
some reason
okay.
the stream's way behind for me.
Okay. Do you want me to pause? The desync is probably because you don't have the updated maps. Or is it the season 3 maps, I think?
Yeah, let me download again. I was looking at some of the human versus bot replays from Probots, and they were on a different version of maps. So
Okay. I will, do you want a link? I can throw you the maps in Discord if you like. Um, 1 second. Uh, I think I had them when I linked them.
season 3, 2002.
Yes, yeah, that's the one. Let me give you the link
It
if
just
you
take me a moment.
Yeah,
Sorry about that,
no
guys.
problem. I will rewind that back to the start.
Tracked 2. Yeah, it was weird because when I looked up on the stream, it said victory. There was a victory screen there. So I'm like, oh, the same thing happened to you. But then it sounded like you're casting the game. So I'm like, what is going on?
I think I might be slightly behind on stream, but um,
Yeah, I guess my stream is like way behind. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe okay.
yeah, that's not.
All right, loading the replay.
I think the stream is slightly behind, yeah. Oh well, that's okay. Right, give me a shout when you're good to go.
The stream is very laggy. We're getting from Soupcatcher.
Okay, stream is back up again. It looks like we are, yeah, we're good, I think. All right, I will get the game capture up. Are you good to go?
I'm good to go.
Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Okay, spawning in the top, or where you're in the bottom right, it is the Randobot Xena getting Zerg once again. And in the top left, we have Dominion Dog as the Red Terran. So this
Yeah.
is the decider match. We are at 1-1
Yeah.
between these two.
Set this going. Yeah. That's quite lucky for Xena, I would imagine. But I don't know if he would go a different tactic, because early 3 hatch is very much a Zoe tactic, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
I mean, often you get the fast third hatch after pool. It's still very early, and I'm still on the fence of whether that is just a product of speed mining and it's perfectly fine, or whether bots are being way too greedy and it could be punished.
possibly a bit of
But
both.
certainly three hatch before pool, that is certainly way too greedy,
Yeah.
and he could be punished if facing the right all in.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that now from Xena. So let's going to this one here. But I'm guessing
So
Dominion Dog has probably seen that. There's no pool there. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure how much of that he'll process.
yeah.
The lack of a pool.
Hmm.
Maybe seeing the third hatch if he does on the way back home could be more information.
Yeah.
But we do
General.
see like these tags Z38 come up. So,
Yeah.
that is something probably based off of a scout. He scouts and then he chooses a build sort of idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Generally, if I get to this point and don't see a spawning pool, I know that there's something strange is going on. I mean,
Yeah.
probably.
You're getting proxy hatched or
Yeah.
or there's a fast
Normally,
third
yeah.
base.
I just assume it's a proxy hatch at this point and try and figure out where the hell it is.
I can't say what normally is for me because no one goes this late in the game without getting a pool in the
Yeah.
human ladder.
Yeah.
Three
I don't
edge
know.
before pool is not a real build for
Yeah.
humans at least. All
Um,
right, once again, you got Tech Lab, barracks, and factory on the way. So I think we might be seeing a replica of the previous match.
yeah.
I don't know if last match was also a Z380 out of Dominion Dog or not.
I can't remember actually. I think possibly something like that.
This could be an earlier expansion out of Dominion Dog.
No, I think it was about 230 last time, so
Was
probably
it?
about
Okay.
the same, yeah. So I remember thinking that that was slightly earlier than he pulled against Micro Machine, but
All right, three gas guys is going down for Xena. Staying on top of the injects as a bot would.
perfect injects. That's the advantage of the bot world.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess in the early days, but when injecting worked differently, it was even a bigger advantage for bots. Now
yeah,
inject isn't as powerful as it once was, but you can stack them. So it made it
yeah.
easier for humans, but bots don't care about that.
Pods
They would
don't need
take the
to
more
stack.
difficult but more powerful version.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Roach Florin Evolution Chamber coming down as well as Marauders coming out for Dominion Dog. And yeah, just the economy is like so good for Xena at the moment.
Get that orbital Dominion Dog. It's so good. Stop making SCVs.
Yeah, I don't know. So hell, let's see if the perfect composition can beat the perfect economy this time.
Yeah, not seeing the tech lad spinning though on that barracks. So I think we got the same thing as last game.
Yeah,
Whole bunch of marauders that won't have concussive shell or stim.
concussive would really be useful as well.
Yeah, though roaches are pretty slow off creep anyways, especially
Yeah.
if they burrow. So that I don't mind him skipping, but stim is like that's so much DPS that marauders
Yeah.
can do to roaches, and so multiplying that would be huge.
Oh. Looks like these queens are getting stuck in this middle area here as well. They're just kind of like stacking up the creep tumors around the destructibles.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to spread creep through. Oh,
Oh, they
okay.
can. Yes.
Apparently you can.
I
Just gotta
never
wait
knew
for the creep to
that.
reach the other side. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Wow, never knew you could spread creep through there.
I mean, technically creep tunnels underground, so I'm not even sure how you can spread creep over chasms and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a time you weren't allowed to put creep tumors on the ramp, so it was hard for
Yeah.
creep spread to even happen if you had her getting contained on a ramp.
Oh,
A bunch of roaches, and they are heading the direction that will run into the bio.
there we go. And the flash happens. It's, again, it looks like Terran is winning the initial engagement, but it's just, you know, cleaning up this bunch is one thing. Cleaning up all the reinforcements is quite another. So, yeah, there is a.
So far, so good.
Yeah,
It's looking better for Dominion Dog this time.
definitely.
A lot of
That
marauders
queen
left
down.
over.
One queen goes down.
Oh, this is where concussive shell will be nice. You could
Yeah.
kite backwards and keep
Yeah.
these roaches from ever even firing at you.
Yeah, two of the queens have gone down now. But where is that? Right.
The Raven went home. The reinforcements aren't joining in either. So these
Oh,
marauders are on their own. And that,
yeah,
well, they're going to spell out 0 kills because of the burrow
that's the
micro.
problem, yeah.
Okay, reinforcements are finally joining in now that there's only one marauder left who just died.
Yeah. Having those reinforcements just come straight in would have been so much better.
Still, though, so far better than last game.
Yeah.
I still think it's looking very good for Xena, but we'll have to see here.
Yeah, as he gets to the worker line.
I mean, these lock-ons should be getting kills now that the
Yeah.
Raven is nearby.
Yeah. The cyclone goes down. One cyclone's still alive. Okay. So he seems to have held off the initial push, and Xena is walking it back.
Yep, 2 medevacs is nice with Hellbats and Marauders.
Yep.
He kept the 2-base economy. He didn't really lose any workers in his natural. We do have a 4th and 5th base coming for Xena.
Yeah.
But if Dominion Dog can take a good fight here, maybe he can continue pushing. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of roaches though.
That's a lot of roaches there. Yeah, that's not going to be fun.
Oh, and the kiting,
Oh,
the pathing of Dominion Dog gets stuck
straight
into the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. The Cyclones could have kited for a long time.
Yeah. So it does look like Xena is going to take this, maybe. Oh,
All these roaches
the
that can
film.
potentially burrow, and the
Yeah.
Raven goes chasing after a Zergling for some reason.
Not where you want.
Yeah,
GG.
definitely a better fight out of Dominion Dog, but once again, just the superior economy.
Alright, and fast forward this. GG. Xena will move on to the next round. And face up against Ketrock actually. So that's going to be a fun game.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Especially as my bot, like I said, gets very worried about all-ins when it faces random players.
Yeah.
So if I'm worried about an all-in and my opponent's building 3 hatcheries at the start of the game,
That's not going to be
that could
nice.
be rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Micro Machine, I think, is facing up against who is Micro Machine facing? I don't know. Micro Machine facing up against Zozo. So hopefully Micro Machine has some worker rush defense as well.
Do we have brackets available to show?
One sec,
Maybe
pause.
being able to visualize it a little easier.
Hold on.
Yep, so Micro Machine looking as strong as ever. taking
Yep.
two sweeping victories. And then we had some good matches there. We had what was it, two ace matches? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Dominion Dog. I can't even remember what happened. No, Dominion Dog 0-2'd versus right. They both 0-2'd versus
Yeah. Wait.
Micro
What's the?
Machine, and then Xena wins the has the comeback victory to win 2-1 versus Dominion Dog.
Yeah.
So for the first time in a while, Dominion Dog takes an early exit,
Yeah.
and
It's.
Xena, the new bot. Yeah, this is a tough group actually. Those are
Yeah.
three bots that had a potential of going a long ways.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, it's a shame to see the end of Dominion Dog, but
I guess Xena was probably the third seed, but it's the bot that's improving the fastest out of everyone there.
yeah. Okay. We will get. Um, so.
So if we're doing this in 3 days, does that mean we're doing some more matches into the next group?
Yes. So we should
Okay.
have negative zero and Group C coming up. Got a couple of matches for that. So, yeah, just as you were saying, Xena takes second place, faces Ketrox. Micro Machine will face Zozo in the next round. Yeah, so let's have a look. Um,
I mean, Kurtok will be facing Xena in the next round.
Krotok.
Yeah, typo there.
Oh, did I? I apologize. Wait,
It's okay. That's the evil Ketrock apparently.
no, it's Kertok. Katok. Oh, yeah. I will fix that out anyway. We will we'll get that sorted. All right.
So going on to Group C now would
Let's
it be
see. Let's go negative zero against the crustacean himself, I believe.
Crustacean.
That's from Dan the Man.
Dan the Man's Bite, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dan the Man is like he's always had bots that qualify for tournaments, but then sometimes he just
yeah,
doesn't submit his bot because he works for AI Arena. I guess he
yeah.
feels a conflict of interest, but
No, seems
I
to
for one
have.
just want to see the best bot, so I
Yeah,
love that
I
he's
mean,
actually participating this time.
I don't care. Like when we originally started like Sc2AI, it's like we all had bots on the arena. It doesn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, we're all in this because we love Sc2 AI bots. So why would we not create an Sc2 AI bot? But anyway,
Mhm.
good to go when you are on that.
I'm ready.
Three, two, one, go. Okay.
All right, spawning in the top right, we have the Blue Terran. We'll call him the Challenger bot. It is Crustacean. And in the bottom left, the powerhouse himself, and possibly his best matchup, it is the red Protoss negative zero.
Yeah, definitely. It's certainly the matchup that most bots have to be good at if you're going to succeed on the ladder is up against Terran, because there are a lot of very good Terran bots around.
Yeah, like when Terran first started facing Tempest, we kind of felt like, oh, this is Tempest are kind of broken. And then when we first started playing negative zero, we're like, okay, everything Protoss has is broken now
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter what negative zero does, he just kills us so badly.
it's very,
So
very,
very, very strong bot.
yeah,
Obviously
definitely.
nothing broken with Protoss, just a very powerful bot here.
That's what everyone says, but Terran always wins the tournaments, so, it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
but then this tournament in particular.
yeah,
Right now, negative zero and Eris are trading victories when it comes to Probots.
yeah. I don't know why Probots is any different, to be honest. I guess different formats as well, so.
Because Micro Machine is destined to win every Sc2AI tournament is the
Yeah,
reason.
possibly. I think it's kind of like the Probots have a lot more updates, and also so you can very much tailor your bot to a specific matchup, whereas we just have the single update window, which is between the group stage and the knockouts. Um,
Yeah. I think Micro Machine also had like the perfect storm last
yeah,
SC2AI. Like all the bots that could beat Micro Machine were like knocking each other out.
yeah,
And then Micro Machine just kind of cruised the victory facing bots it does well against.
yeah. So I don't know if that'll be the case this time, but
Nice little
we'll
hiding
see.
spot here for the -0. It almost looks like those trees were made to hide this pylon and
It's
gateway.
exactly right, isn't it? You know, nothing to see here. There's one probe's gone down. Is that a lead for crustration? Oh no, crust. No, no.
Oh yeah, there was a kill on that SCV, wasn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
How about
So
that?
it's 2-1 in terms of SCVs to -0 at the moment. I was gonna
All right,
say,
so what do we have going on here? We have a Marauder out of Crustacean with the second barracks going down. He's working off one gas and an expansion.
yeah,
And -0 in a very similar spot. Also got a similar timed expansion, working on probing up quickly and chronoing out to warp gates with the second gateway.
yeah.
Both of them just taking their second gas. Oh no, just -0.
It does seem as if uh, -0 does like adepts coming across. Very, very good with adept play.
Looks like Crustacean's one of the bots that tries to calculate the natural wall, and I can tell because it's a terrible wall.
Yeah.
Because they're literally like a pylon in the middle of the opening. I guess pylon's a bad word to use.
Yeah.
It's like a wall in the middle of the.
A wall in the middle of the wall. Yeah. -0 is a couple of seconds behind schedule, but does have a lot of adepts coming straight in here.
Yeah.
Oh, nicely done. Shade straight into the natural. It's a couple of
Okay.
probes.
Not many workers there. These Marauders could kite back to the bunker, which they're doing by luck, which is nice. Allowing the bunker to get a lot of shots off.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and the Adept's actually shooting the bunker instead of that Marauder that's one shot from dead.
oh, just get one shot on there. But yeah. So not a lot done there for -0. Like 6
Yeah, it looked like
workers.
a little bit lucky in for Crustacean there, but it worked out really well.
Yeah,
Because it ends up
definitely.
being a great hold.
Yeah, and 6 workers for 4 adepts, and yeah, that's good trade. But let's
Now,
see.
my bot always trades really well versus the Adepts and still loses terribly as the game goes on, so let's see if Crustacean can do something
Yeah,
better. Now, Bio is obviously the better weapon versus Protoss. My bot is stupid enough to try mech units versus Protoss, but Bio has the potential to, like, after taking that good fight, you finish Stim and then you go across and just kind of win the game.
yeah,
Because if there's one strong timing Terran has versus Protoss, it's when Stim's complete.
oh yeah,
You're not facing like 5 Colossi or anything like that, but you do have like Stim Bio versus Gateway units, which is
yeah.
insanely good for Terran.
And then you can just murder all the stalkers straight up, which is
Yeah.
useful. So this army of adepts is just kind of like shading back and forth at the moment.
hmm Third base on the way for -0.
Yeah,
And a significant economy lead, actually. He's up 14 workers at the time.
yeah. I wonder how that is. Like,
Well, when you upgrade your
so
orbital, you fall 3 workers behind. Every chrono
yeah,
boost on the Nexus puts you a half worker ahead.
yeah. I
That's
guess.
partially negated by the fact that we have mules, but Terran in general just can't get their economy up as fast as the other 2 races.
Yeah,
Custom Shell doing nice work versus these Stalkers.
yeah.
However, the depths in the back are murdering that mineral line.
There's a few workers going down there, but I don't think it's really. It's taken more than I thought.
Yeah, he lost about 15 or so.
Yeah, those adepts are
He was
going to
at
shade.
38 last I saw, so.
Yeah. Adepts did shade out, but they shaded directly into the path of all these marauders, which is going
Mhm.
to cause a few losses here.
Yeah, I mean,
And
units lost is pretty even. So that means that -0 actually lost more army.
yeah,
Because a lot of his kills were workers and stuff.
25 workers lost for Terran though, so crustacean.
Let's see what happens after this gateway goes down. Yeah, looks like Crustacean's pulling back.
Yeah,
Which I don't mind. His bio's kind of low. It wouldn't hurt to wait for medevacs, assuming that's on the way. Yeah, we do see a reactored starport. But at the same time, this is kind of the window where maybe you could kill -0.
yeah. There is an army coming across from -0, but no, it's going to go back.
Yeah, good choice. You have
Yeah,
four
you're
bases to
not
two. There's no reason to be the aggressor.
you're not really gonna finish that there, especially with the tank there.
Yeah. Something I kind of wish bots would do more is like when you realize that you're ahead, you don't have to be the one who attacks.
Yeah,
If you attack when you're ahead, that's just allowing the opponent to possibly get back into the game.
yeah, yeah. The best
Right
thing.
now, -0 can sit on his four bases, fight with an overcharged battery if he needs to, and just like accept the fact that every minute this game goes on, he's getting further and further ahead with his bigger economy.
Yeah. So looks like we've got a bit of a truce at the moment. Neither bot
Yeah.
wants to really attack.
Looks like those depots weren't actually intended to be a natural wall anyways. That's just kind of
Yeah,
depot positions. All right, here we go. We do have a couple siege tanks. Medevacs have there's one medevac finished, but it's not joining the fight, which is really unfortunate, as a lot of these units could use the top up.
yeah. A lot of them are quite low. We do have the observer coming across with the army as well.
Yeah, Shades did spot it. I did notice that the bio tried to attack the Shades, which is not good.
Yeah. Oh, some nice micro there from -0 with the blinking
Yeah, just a
and the
huge concave.
yeah,
Tanks are out of range. Marauders going through a choke point. This is
yeah.
you cannot ask for better fight for
That
-0.
that warp prism as well is just doing work on the micro there. And tanks go down, and
Yeah.
if that's not the end of Cross Station, I think it very very closely will be.
I know for a fact that -0 is very good versus siege tanks. He has the
Yeah,
ability to stay out of tank range while he's fighting. And then when he's ready to engage the tanks, he jumps right on top of them, gets in the
yeah.
blind spot with his
Oh,
stalkers.
and looks like those bio from Cross Station just got caught in a corner for a bit and taken out.
Yeah, I mean, army supply right now is 170 versus 60, so.
Yeah,
And that's not 170 gateway units, that's 170 with 4 Immortals, a Warp Prism, and a Colossus, so.
yeah. I think this is over. I'm gonna fast forward this. GG.
It's a powerhouse.
Yep. -0 proving his tag as favourite for the tournament. But yeah, GG guys. Alright, let's have a look at game 2. Crustacean, -0. Again, it is the probably the top, or is it second ranked bot on the ladder? Probably definitely one of the favourites against the last place seed in the tournament. So it's pretty much what we expected, but Crustacean did put up a bit of a fight, so that's always good.
Yeah, there was potential there. I mean, his Marauders did really well versus the Soccer Adept hit.
Yeah,
Took a really nice fight. I think if the medevacs were ready at that point and he's pushed across the map, then that was his window maybe to win the entire thing.
yeah,
So I don't think Crustacean has the ability to beat -0, but I think it wouldn't take a lot for him to win periodically.
yeah. Alright, good to
He
go
just
when
needs
you are.
that timing. Yeah, I'm all set.
Go 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
All right, spawning in the bottom left, up 1-0. It is the red Protoss -0, and the challenger Crustacean is the blue Terran in the bottom right. Yeah.
It
I
would.
actually felt my mood just kind of like drop a couple levels watching -0 do that. I'm like, how the heck am I
Oh.
going to beat this bot?
Well,
It's like my old plan versus
yeah.
Micro Machine. It's like, let's just hope -0 runs into another difficult bot first and someone else deals with them.
Well, in theory, I think you would probably, if -0 did win this group, you would run into him in the semi-finals, which,
Semis? Oh, okay.
yeah, might be problematic. I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen anyway, because the
So that means at least I'm dodging Eris until the finals.
yes, yeah. Well,
The problem is
provide
getting to the finals through through -0.
that is provided Eris wins his group,
Yeah, yeah.
because if Eris finished second, then Eris would play up against the first place from C, and then you'd play that in the semi-finals. But that's all very theoretical at the moment. So yeah,
I'm also extremely confident on a 2-1 comeback by Incrustation and -0 getting knocked out in the group stage.
yeah, I'm
So
very confident
yeah,
in that. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I'd love for Crustacean to take a game, actually.
yeah.
But
I mean, he plays Bio, which is what you want to be doing against
yeah,
Protoss. It's also something not many bots do. So -0 is probably not ready
yeah,
for the difficulties of what could be with Bio.
yeah,
We just need like a perfect storm of like, winning a big fight and that just leading into Crustacean's attack timing or something.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely not completely impossible, but well,
We saw like -0 definitely was struggling versus Concussive Shell there.
yeah,
So there's tiny hopes. Now the fact that -0 has probably won his last 200 matches versus Crustacean on the ladder gives a little less hope,
I
but
mean, I could check,
I
but
could
yeah,
see the potential just from the previous game.
yeah, yeah. It's not impossible.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. I don't know. Maybe -0 loses games to
Yeah, yeah,
Crustacean.
it's
He's got to
possible.
lose games to someone. I don't know who they did, which bots beat him, but
Yeah. So
perhaps it's Crustacean. No proxy gate out of -0 this time.
no, but we
He
do
likes
have.
to proxy down in the little
Was there a way
corner where the
through?
slow zones are outside the opponent's base.
Yeah, there's a barracks, a bunker there, but like there might be a way through. There we go. We'll probably get in the back
Oh,
here and prevent the expand.
Crustacean's
Oh
in
no.
trouble because I saw
Yeah.
last game he doesn't empty his bunker,
Oh
so
no.
it's kind of one adept versus nothing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the Marauder. The bunker's full, so there's nothing to do for the Marauder to do but kill the adept.
Yeah.
And
That's
Marauders
good.
are good versus adepts. However, I think he's going to get away.
Yeah, it does look that way. Without taking any hull damage either. So
Yeah.
I
But
say,
that command center was delayed by 30 seconds or so. That puts Crustacean about 2 workers behind where he could have been.
yeah.
That's significant. Especially when you need the perfect storm to beat -0.
Oh,
Not the best start.
definitely. Yeah, I
All
know.
these little things add up.
Is he gonna get that? Yep, gets the worker, and can he get out? Oh, yeah.
Barely. Does take a lot of hull
Oh,
damage though.
yes, yeah. Although it's more kind of body damage on the adept. If you call it hull, but people still call it hull damage. But yeah,
Yeah. You had a recent operation on your hull.
yeah, exactly. It's fine.
The human hull.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, people call it what they will.
The depth going in there.
So yeah, I think
And with all that human hull damage, or Protoss hull damage, whatever you want to call it.
there's a lot of stalkers being warped in at the back here. I think he's just gonna blink up there when blink finishes in a few seconds.
It's interesting position.
Yeah, I think he's just
I
gonna
mean,
blink in.
the War Prism's not giving vision at the moment. Yeah,
Ah,
just a random position near the base.
yeah.
Looks like somebody frontal attack.
I thought he was
But
just
again,
gonna
like
blink in, but
quite a few Marauders against Stalkers, and we do have the conch shells once again.
yeah,
I mean, Stim helps, and he's got Prism Micro as well,
yeah.
and he has the numbers superiority.
I think it's a
Oh my
nice,
gosh,
nice micro
that
there
was
from
beautiful. Yeah,
-0. Yeah, it's just the micro just won the fight for him entirely. And now the bunker is going to go down.
like it was hard to see it all, but definitely 2 Stalkers were saved by the War Prism Micro,
Yeah,
so that was quite nice.
yeah. It's blink and warp prism. You're not going to kill many stalkers. And now just down with a few workers left.
Wow.
Oh, it's game is over.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that was beautiful.
Crustacean.
That was a perfect storm, but a perfect storm for -0, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he had the numbers advantage in that fight, but still, what did he face? Like five
Yeah,
Marauders with some Marines, and he didn't lose a single stalker, or maybe he only lost one.
it's crazy.
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
The micro out of -0 is insanely good. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. So there we go. Uh, -0 wins his first match in the group. And next up, Crustacean gets to face another Protoss in Sharkbot. So
Okay.
hopefully, like, not as high a ranked Protoss bot, but definitely a good bot coming in, Sharkbot. But we'll see.
One of the very few bots that has the potential to win the entire tournament and has the potential to be knocked out in the group stage.
Yeah,
Shockfire, Sharkbot can be all over the map, right? Sometimes he has some builds that are like genius and beats the best bots out there. Then sometimes he just kind of looks mediocre, and that makes it that a very interesting bot actually, because you never know what it's going to bring.
yeah. All right, good to go when you are.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
So we saw a little bit of potential of what Crustacean can do versus Protoss, but unfortunately he was facing -0. Maybe that potential will have some better results versus a bot that's not quite as powerful as -0.
Yeah,
However, Sharkbot is like, the author makes the random bots, and definitely the bot's best race is Protoss. So, um, yeah, I expect good things out of Sharkbot. Unfortunately for Crustacean.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. Sharkbot is one of the most improved bots recently as well. So um, I'm expecting. Yeah, I mean, Crustacean again is very much the underdog here, as Sharkbot goes for 2 gas before expand.
Yeah, we're seeing something cheesy here.
Definitely.
That's gateway into double gas.
Okay.
And maybe that works for Crustacean. He does, build that bunker at the front line sometimes, and although he does like to abandon his bunker and fight in front of it, as we saw in the previous match.
Yeah. But Crustacean is getting a good scout off here as well, so yeah.
What is the plan here? Yeah, both bots
No
floating
idea.
a lot of resources. Okay.
Well,
Interesting. Like Crustacean went up to like 500 minerals, and like he's definitely going to expand, and then he spent
yeah.
it all on other things. So like if you're going to spend on other things, you might as well just spent that earlier.
Yeah. So pylon at the third base of Crustacean for Sharkbot. Uh, so we can also
Oh,
gate.
this is going to be a Stargate play, isn't it?
I, I,
Stargate shield
oh
battery. I mean, what
God,
else is going to
yes.
be, right? Because there's only one gateway.
Yeah.
You got double gas. I mean, you don't build a DT shrine in front of your opponent's base, so
Oh, there we go. We got the Stargate coming down. And that's going to be even worse for Crustacean, who's building the bunker there, which the bunker is going to be 0 use whatsoever.
interestingly, Sharkbot has never actually fully saturated his gas yet. He's been
Yeah,
slowly saturating it, even though he opened a very fast double gas. Okay, which is fine. I mean, as long as you can afford the production out of that Chronode Stargate,
yeah,
then that's really the only thing you need gas for. Other than that, you just want minerals for more batteries and possibly cannons, although there's no
couple of,
forge, so it's going to be all batteries.
yeah, a couple of cannons with this build is always fun to have as well. But again, so Void Ray
And like,
coming out.
I was really hopeful for the versus Protoss potential of Crustacean because of his Marauder play. But what the heck are Marauders going to do versus Void Rays and
You can't
possibly
even hit
Tempest?
them. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if you get enough early, you can kind of jump this position, kind of overwhelm it when there's just one Void Ray. or even before the first Void Ray, but it's unscouted. And,
Yeah,
oh boy.
yeah. Is he waiting for two Void Rays to come? Oh, he's got nothing really that he's going to face there. It's scary, so he might as well go in.
Now, in the past, we've seen bots have issues like using the shield batteries, like they're not smart enough to hold the Void Rays back to recharge them.
Yeah,
However, I think the best bot with this sort of build is definitely Sharkbot.
yeah.
Um, he's probably got the crispest proxy Stargates out
Okay,
there.
go in.
Although the Void Rays are getting distracted by the Marauders, which I guess is okay.
Yeah,
I mean, as the game goes on, it might even favor
yeah.
Sharkbot. Cutting through the bunker with that prismatic alignment, very nice.
Uh, yeah. Station's going to have a real problem holding this.
Yeah, maybe he gets a battery with these Marauders, but
Yeah. Orders are going to come down. There's no way of
however,
getting.
the Void Rays are not considering the Marauders a threat. Okay, here they finally come back from the Marauders. Is what to say, because then maybe the Marauders could drain all the shield batteries.
There is a lot of shield batteries there. It's going to take them some time to get through all of that.
Yeah, but I mean, that still means there's no answer to these Void Rays, but
Yeah.
if these Marauders are just going to be ignored, then this entire...
Wait, is there a tank? Oh, there's a tank as well
There
here.
is, yeah. Shelling a full energy shield battery, although it doesn't have vision of it at the moment.
See, is it the third base going up for crustacean? Oh, yeah, it just doesn't see anything that doesn't fire up as a threat, which might be a problem. Okay, there goes one of the tanks.
I forgot this proxy shield batteries are nerfed a while ago. They only start with half energy if they're built outside of Nexus range instead of full
Yeah.
energy. Although, it doesn't mean you don't see proxy shield battery builds on the ladder.
Oh, of course you do. Oh, and the stalker runs in and gets destroyed.
Yeah, kind of weird priority on these Void Rays.
Yeah, just doesn't see the tank as any kind of a threat whatsoever. It's
Yeah.
like,
It focuses anti-air units first, which I think is fine.
yeah,
But then it just kind of shoots random things and it's like, yeah, your tanks and marauders can do whatever the heck they want. They can't shoot up,
yeah,
we don't care.
yeah.
But then sometimes it comes back for them, so I don't know.
I think if the tanks start attacking the shield batteries, maybe, but
Gosh, that barracks just like evaporated under that prismatic alignment.
yeah, they're nasty. So any upgrades coming out on these at all? I don't think so.
I think that's okay.
Yeah,
I think you'd rather have an extra Void Ray than have +1.
yeah. Alright, down to just 12 workers. I think this is pretty much over, unless you have
Yeah.
any objection.
No,
Fast
that's it.
forward this.
There is never an answer to the Void Rays, no matter
No.
what went wrong for Sharkbot. I think that was always a win condition that
Yeah.
a Marauder build cannot handle.
Uh,
Although we do have a lot of gas now for Sharkbot. Would have been nice to see him throw on an extra starport or get those upgrades, as you said.
yeah. Alright, so Crustacean now down to his very last life. He needs to win. Let's see if we can pull something out from the fire.
Yeah, this is just the perfect build to kill Crustacean.
Yeah.
You can't, like, what is he? You got two Tech Lab. He opens up with a Tech Lab barracks and Masses Marauders. Like, that is an
Yes.
absolute death sentence versus
That's
Proxy Marauder, unless you can jump the proxy location before it gets out of
yeah.
hand.
Alright, good to go when you are.
Just loading it up, and yep, I'm good to go too.
Go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Heg bio amount 20. Weight medevac true.
Phew. Much love, Crustacean. Oh. Yeah. So
Sharkbot being by far the chattiest bot we have.
yeah. I don't know. I keep meaning
Sometimes he
to put
responds to my
another bot, but
messages. Yeah.
sorry.
Sometimes he responds to the chat my bot does, and like every single game he has a different response. It's like how many responses does this bot have?
I mean, it's probably just like pulling it off some weird random AI chat thing. Like, he's not actually AI Starcraft 2 AI bot. He's an AI chat bot that plays Starcraft
Mhm.
2.
That is true. The original Sharkbot is a AI that learns to chat through the internet.
Oh God.
So probably chats in like memes and anger. I don't know.
Memes,
I'm
emojis,
not,
and
I'm afraid how an AI would learn to speak
yeah,
through being socialized on the internet.
yeah, just abuses your mum randomly every 5 seconds. Uh, so yeah, again, is it going to try the same tactic? Yeah, it's going to try the same tactic, isn't it? Why would it not?
Why not?
Yeah, and I think it does seem to be distracting a few of the probes. That SCV.
I gotta say, this is two of the highest APM bots I've ever seen for the start of the game. Both around
20.
20k when all they have is workers.
Wow. Yeah, and definitely not all of that is the speed mining.
Yeah, like if you give every unit in the game right now a command every single frame, I still don't think that adds up to 20,000. So I don't
Oh
even know
yeah.
how they're doing this.
No, I mean, there's like what 40, 47 units. It's 40 frames. Let's be charitable and say 50 frames. That's not 20,000.
Well, it's like
Actually,
22 frames a
it
second.
is.
So that's
Yeah, that does add up to. Yeah,
yeah. I doubt these
22.
bots even play every frame. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, 20. That does add up to 20,000. Again, I was talking
Okay.
with Andy Man about this on stream the other day, and it's like, don't try and do math on stream.
Well, each unit can do 20 actions per second, so about
Yeah,
120 APM per unit
yeah, times 40.
times 40 is
Yeah,
like 6,000 APM, right?
yeah, yeah. But I was
At
considering
most.
them doing one action every frame, which is probably not
Yeah,
what they're
so it's
doing. So,
well, an action every frame is 22 actions a
oh,
second.
sorry, yeah, no, I'm calculating that wrong,
Oh
aren't
wait,
I?
no, times 60 is 1,200. Never mind. I
Yes,
forgot a
yeah.
zero. Yeah, you're right. Don't do math on stream.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's like, oh dear.
Yeah,
But
so 40 units would be like 40,000 APM. Yeah, playing
yeah,
every other frame would be 20,000. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
makes sense.
So it's up to
Oh, we
nearly.
don't want to expand there, crustacean.
Oh no, no, that's a bad place to come and expand.
Although it is guiding the units into the bunker. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
he needs to jump this army, although losing your marines is not the way to jump it.
yeah,
But he is, draining the zealot, which is indeed draining the shield batteries as well.
yeah.
Losing this bunker might be a good thing because it means the marines won't be stuck in there anymore.
I don't know. Uh, yeah, there's lots of
Because
shield
crustaceans'
batteries.
bunkers are like prison cells. Once they enter, they're never allowed to exit.
Yeah,
But it's better for them to be stuck than jumping into 12 shield batteries, I think.
yeah. I think that there's not a lot of hope for those Marines. Marines are only good in big numbers, and these aren't really
Yeah.
the big numbers you need. Poor guys.
Yeah. Poor crustacean. It faces possibly the worst build that his opener could do. And
Yeah,
yet, and his other matches against possibly the best bot in the game versus Terran.
yeah. He's not had the best luck, has he?
No.
Oh well, as always next time.
But very impressive out of Sharkbot. He doesn't really use units. Does or even
No,
really use hull damage. His Void
so
Rays are pretty smart in that they'll fly back to the shield battery, recharge, and then rejoin the fight.
yeah.
I do like that his Stalker has gotten into the dead zone of the tank, but then got scared
Went
away by a
walking out,
Marauder and
yeah.
ate it.
Oh,
gosh, there's so much shield battered energy.
Yeah, just look at that. They're all full over there. Right. Unless you have any objection, I'll probably
Nope. Yeah.
fast forward this. Sorry, Cross Station. It just turned out to be a really bad group for you. Going down 4-0, sadly eliminated from the tournament, which means that there is
We
one.
learned Marauders and Siege Tanks don't kill Void Rays, so it's
Yeah,
good knowledge to have. Hey, a
yeah,
third base actually out of Crustacean.
yeah. So GG's. All right, so I think we'll probably leave it there for tonight because tomorrow we'll be able to do all of Group D and the one remaining Group uh, C game, which is -0 against Sharkbot for the top spot in the group, and possibly the the winner of that match will maybe facing you in the semi-finals.
Yeah, can we
So
bring up the bracket once
yeah,
more, and then we'll see what the final group is as well.
give me 1 second.
No problem.
Um, it's There we go. That's the current situation. I will fix your spelling mistake very, very soon, don't worry. So yeah, Micro Machine taking the group.
Looks
Oh
like we
wait,
might have a bit of stream delay again.
yeah. Sorry, I think. Oh wait, might be something wrong because Dominion Dog score isn't showing up on there. Um, but yes, Micro Machine did take the top spot in Group B, with Dominion Dog in second. That means Micro Machine versus Zozo and Ketrock versus Dominion Dog. -0 and Sharkbot both on 1 and 0, with Crustacean unfortunately eliminated. So
That'll
yeah,
be a nice match. Sharkbot's best race versus
yeah,
-0. I haven't seen much PvP out of -0 actually. It'll be interesting.
no, it's definitely one of the best spots. But
And
yeah,
Eris, Benbot, and Tier. Now, that'll be interesting too. Benbot and Tier, power level, I would consider them pretty similar level.
yeah.
Not too interesting who's going to finish first place, I don't think. Although Benbot's
Well,
has
you don't
upset
know.
Eris in the past, and
Yeah,
so you
Benbot's
never know.
taken a few games off of Eris in the last tournament, I think.
Yeah.
I took a game anyway, so there's always a chance. It's
Yeah,
always good.
Blazier is always quietly working on that bot. You
Yeah,
never know what new thing will show up.
yeah,
And
always
of course,
something.
Tier is like the king of the snipe. So
Yeah,
if someone's
Tier.
going to come up with something special, it could be Tier.
Yeah, Tier always comes up with fun things for tournaments.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so that's everything for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, Kedrock. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll show the remaining 4 matches tomorrow night, I think. So it's going to be fun.
And then we'll be in the semis with what, final four, right? No,
No,
final
no,
eight.
final 8. So
So
yeah,
quarterfinals, right? Yeah,
quarterfinals. Yeah,
yeah. I guess
quarter.
Q doesn't stand for semi, does it?
No. So
Awesome.
yeah, so we'll do the quarterfinals next week, and then the semifinals and the finals the week after, which will be fun.
Nice.
Cool. All right.
All
Thanks
right.
very much for joining us. Thanks everyone for
Yeah, thanks,
watching,
Kurt.
and we'll see you tomorrow night, I think. Catch you later.